How we doing? How we doing today? How we doing on this beautiful day, my good people? How you guys doing? Aaron, Alan, Cactus, Dan, how you guys doing today on this fine Friday? Thursday. Let's not get ahead of let's not get ahead of ourselves here on this fine Thursday. Ah, okay, we're good. So for those of you on YouTube, be sure to take a look at the screen there. Check out the disclaimer. Check out the warnings. Know that day trading is risky business and you got to take it slow. John, what's going on, man? I see you. What's up? What's up, Brad? Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing? So, take a look at the screen. Just understand that day trading is risky business. A lot of people out there are having a hard time. So, if you're new or you're not quite where you need to be with that high level of consistency, take it slow. Make sure you're using risk money and that you're protecting yourself as you're going through the learning curve. All right. So, I did look at scans and I will say that I'm not impressed, but we do have stocks. We have something, and something, as we know, is better than nothing, right? So I'm watching ONMD, which looks pretty decent. Currently around 150, about 200%. I guess that alone makes the watch list pretty decent. Anytime there's a stock that aggressive. ZCAR, cheaper stock at 60%. We've traded this one before months ago. I think back then it might have been around $4 to $8 range. There's GWAV, also a cheaper stock. That one is around 14 cents, up 44%. There's ASTI. ASTI is up 69%. I believe this might be the last one. There's some other cheaper ones, but I think I'm gonna just keep it to 4. So I'm gonna post this to the Discord as well as to the YouTube live stream. These are the few that I'm watching today. I gotta take this medicine because this AC is on, and it's only a matter of time before I can't talk anymore. Watching 4 stocks. I don't have a spoon, so I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Bottle, bottle to the head. Do not try this at home, of course. But for those people who might be younger. Bottle to the head. Take a nice quick sip. Peppermint. It's honestly kind of sweet. Anyhows, moving on. Let's not get distracted here, right? I'm going to start off with ONMD, as that one is the most expensive one. We might see something here similar to BNED from yesterday, right? FFIE last week is the kind of price range that those two have been in. So we got a high of 165. We have been seeing a consolidation. $38 for the lows. This stock did give a move going back to January 31st. We had high points around 213. $2 really, I'll say. Can already breathe again. This is good. This is good medicine. Uh yeah, we had, if you guys check out the daily chart on stock ONMD, we had $2 for high points back in January 30th. So can we get up to $2? It's the first level that I'm interested in seeing us get to. Other than that, we had a bit of a sell-off around December of last year. The high of that range was 440. $647 for highs. There's a I believe all-time highs might be 647. Yeah. Unless the data isn't loading properly, I can double check on that. ONMD. Someone asked me why do I have E-Trade. This is exactly why. So that I can cross-reference, cross-check, and it does seem like there's more history going up to 1250. Yeah. Okay, well, 647 is still a decent level. Good target based off of where we are now. If this is super, super strong. But again, $2, the first level where we could see resistance. Share size is set. Moving on to ZCAR. ZCAR, how are we doing? Pre-market high, 60 cents. 60.52 for the pre-market highs. Not bad. The low of the pullback around 5:50 a.m. was 29.46. 29.46. It seems like we did hold up that level here on this most recent dive down. So this one is definitely struggling a little bit. The 200 EMA on the daily is at 81.51. So if it's strong, 81.51, 81 cents for target. Other than that, we do have candlesticks all the way up to 183, going back to March 19th. The cheaper stocks, the cheaper stocks. Okay, GWAV. Let me make sure to turn on my screen recording because I almost forgot. Guys, make sure your screen recordings are turned on. For those of you at MMU, as you guys know, it is mandatory that we record our screens. That way we can go back and review. So switching over to GWAV. Sounds like it's raining out there. You guys know whenever it's raining outside, it's always a good time to be inside and inside trading. It's a long time since I said that. It's been months. So 109 for, well, let's say 09, 9 cents. This one is pretty cheap. GWAV, 10 cent stock. 09 for the lows. And we have highs at 14 cents. So we'll see how this one does. The 200 EMA on the daily is at 57.89. This price range has been pretty hot, so we'll see how it does. These cheaper stocks have been taking over the last few days. So 57 for resistance if it just opens up and goes crazy. Last but not least, ASTI. This one we had a high of 41 cents. The low of the pullback has been 14, so pretty big range. We attempted to push over VWAP. The high was 24 cents, but we've pulled back since. So we'll see if it gets over 24. It's 24.67. What's crazy is that I got my laptop. My traveling setup is right by this window, but I think we should be good. Let's see. Maybe I just close it down just a little bit. But yeah, that's the watch list. ONMD will be the one that I'm, keeping an eye on into the open, and then I'll go from there. Yesterday I fumbled BNED, watching different opportunities, getting caught in the backside halt down. Today I'm going to avoid any dips that are too close to the halt down. And I want to be careful. I did get caught in a flush when I watched it back. It was avoidable. We were retesting the lows the third time after a reclaim. So there's no reason why I should have been buying there. So, that's against the rules that I have for myself. So, and it just comes down to paying attention, right? Sometimes when going from stock to stock to stock, I gotta still stop and do that quick analysis, not just see a red candle. Hey, let me buy this dip right here. It has to make sense. Like even right now, ONMD, we've been down here already once, twice. This is the third time. I don't like the third time. It could still hold, but I don't like the third time. So I need to be patient into the open here. Make sure this thing is holding up. And also I'm going to avoid super aggressive trades on the cheaper stocks early. I've been red early in the morning twice out of the last like 4 days because of that, and then have to work my way back to green. So that's the plan for myself today. Looking to be disciplined, looking to be patient, looking to be fierce, looking to be fearless. Let's trade, let's have a good time. For those of you on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We always get like 600 people, but only 100 likes. There's 500 people that's slacking, guys. Hit that thumbs up for the #1 day trading channel in the world. Here we go, here we go. The low is 30. There's a high of 45, but then back down again. ZCAR could be interesting here, tight stops. Over 45 perhaps for ONMD. Just trying to determine which one is going to be the strong one. Bit of a double bottom there. Tight stops. Didn't love the dip in this area, but so far we're holding 30. Can we continue to do that? 45 seems to be having a little bit of trouble. $30 holding up so far. Slow start, not really seeing a ton. The stock needs to get over 45. 26, perhaps it's coming down. ZCAR, on the other hand, is starting to move. Ay, ay, ay. 36. Are we seeing a bearish engulfing? It's holding up so far. Definitely a sizable pullback there. This ONMD is still at 30. I'm going to try to give this position here a chance. Hmm. ONMD, we might just see a red to green. Well, maybe not. You know, it's always the moment I feel comfortable to size up. The stock is holding just long enough, making the 1 minute candle, making the new high. You size up and then it's to the depths. So I'm flat on that one after up like 150. Small green though, scratch trades. Nothing really. There's opportunity there though. It bounced at 30 like 3 times or 4 times in that area, right? On the first two candles. 30 to 40, like, you know, in that area, it's already like 40 cents of opportunities if you're being aggressive towards those dips. BNED, I didn't look at that one. Can check it out here from yesterday. CYTO. BNED, I don't like how low it is versus yesterday's levels, but it is moving up a little bit. Oh, NMD might just need another, 20 minutes. So for me, I just want to be patient. Is it what? Oh my God, bugging out. Why did I take so long to realize it's the wrong level too? I forgot I was watching some stocks there. I could have been in Rada. Okay, high of day was 23.50 or 24 for ASTI. It does seem to be holding. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback. Well, there's 27. Will we keep going? This selling? 27, 27's 50. Ah, son of a gun, man. You needed to hold that. Oh, brother. It seems strong, though. It seems strong. Can we push through? Can't believe I botched that second dip in a row that I'm missing. Not good. You capture those dips, it's better. You get the room back to the highs plus whatever the new high is. Time 43. $28.40. Will we see a new high? The new candle's coming soon, so I want to be careful of a bigger pullback. But we'll see if it continues to have higher lows. 29.90 for the highs. ASTI. I want to be careful of a bigger dip, but still watching. So we're seeing a 5-minute pullback. Kind of late here. Well, let's see how high this goes. It's a good setup. I would like to see a little bit more of a pullback though, but we're gonna have a one candle red to green. Oh, too soon. Right here, I gotta put a stop in place and just be patient. If I get stopped out, whatever. But if not, this could be good. We missed too many dips on the way up though. Like this is kind of we're like 0 for 3. It's like not good at all. The new 5-minute candle is 2 minutes away. What I'd like to see over time is the 1-minute candle making a new high and us pushing up slowly. There's a small seller at 25.80. We should go through that like a hot knife going through butter, and we did. It's gonna need to pull back just in a little soon. I want to get back in again once we pull back. I'm gonna take it all off because oh, hold up, there's still some green. Yeah, I'll take it off right here. It should pull back at some point. If not, maybe it keeps going, but we'll see. Waiting patiently. This could be early, but selling isn't super heavy right there. Watching this with a super tight stop though. Yeah. Could be super early. But I was trying just in case we had a tight pullback. If it dips more, we can't afford to go back to the lows. That's the only thing. And I'm kind of early. Not great. Once we don't dip to the lows, this should be a good dip. I gotta put back on my the thing that showed me the low and the high of the last candlesticks. The script. I think I might use a better one. I think I'll probably use the one Marcelo uses. That way it's not covering the charts. We want to see the 5-minute candle make the new high over the next 2 minutes, if possible. It's looking pretty decent, but we'll see what it does. Can we get over 29? I don't even know if these scalps are working because of the spread. $29. It's good that we're seeing those bits, but we're not going. We need this candle to hold up. We need this candle to hold. We might be in. We might be in for a big move. Oh, my size. But still a lot of selling. What is it? 29.10, 28.20, 28.20. Damn, I didn't even move those orders. I gotta use more size. Still haven't went up to my max size. Well, I gotta be careful because this is a 5-minute red candle. We could need a little bit more pullback, but I think it looks healthy. So I want to keep watching. Gotta be careful though. 26.50. Not great, but not awful either. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Can we get back over 27? There it is. Damn, it's coming down. That's gonna be a full dollar, full cent. Or maybe even more. Probably got a high fill there. This is a big pullback. The volume is kind of high. But hopefully we hold VWAP. Just a little curious. Okay. Switching gears. Maybe it's done. ONMD is curled up a little bit. Yeah, this one looks decent. It needs to get over high of day though. So we got, well, 140 I think was a big level, and then we high of day was 145. Right now we're consolidating between VWAP and the highs. Still using baby size on some of these stocks. Let me not forget to adjust my share size, because then I'll be long 25,000 shares ONMD, and that's not what I need. I wouldn't mind seeing a breakdown and reclaim right here. If not, can the 1-minute candle make the new high? Can we really get through? Is it possible? Do we have what it takes? Can the 1 minute candle make the new high? There's a ton of green here. What is it going to be? As long as it doesn't fail miserably. I think that's the key. It's for us not to go to the depths. Alright, I was kind of late there. That's on me. 49, 40. Damn, no fill on the ask. 48 for the halt up. The range is still tight. But better than nothing. Selling into the halt level. 5K size on the resumption. Waiting to see what it does. Can we be strong? Can we see a strong resumption? It's going to be risky, but let's see what it does. I'm very optimistic here. It's time. It is time. It is time. Can we see a good resumption? It's been a long time since I had a really sweet trade. I'm gonna go for it here. I will be going for it. Big boy pants. Stocks 84824. Big boy pants. On ONMD, 10,000 shares rejected. Interesting. We gotta remake that video and put 20K size or something. Because these guys are pretty aggressive with their share size. Some of the traders in the Discord. Not everyone, of course, just a few people. Resumption 9 and 59 seconds. The key with size for me here is to be accurate. And my first position will be with smaller size. But if I can see a second entry that I like, I'll be in aggressively. ONMD. 09 and 59 seconds. Waiting patiently. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. As you guys can see today, I'm wearing a beautiful Momo Pro t-shirt. Shout out to Momo Pro, which is a scanning software that I'm using here. This is what helps me to get my watch list stocks every day. You guys can check it out if you're interested. Code Relentless for 25% off. They also have halt levels like ONMD, which is halted right now. But cutting the chatter, a couple of seconds to resumption, less than a minute to go. No fear, no hesitation. Any entry that I see that I like, I'm taking. Just gonna avoid the dip if it's too close to a halt down. We're at 148. We got 10 seconds. Here we go. Can we see a dip? No, we will not. Could have gotten back in on the ask at 60, but strange resumption though, right? False halt. That halt down comes so fast, man. Below 50, it just halts down 43. It looks like it'll get locked in. These halts down is the thing I want to watch out for. But the resumption, I didn't do super well. The range is limited. I'm in at 53 for the push, but it doesn't go. I'm back out. It holds 50. I'm back in. Where did I get back in? 53. And I'm out at 57, 50. So I'm out a little early. Maybe I could have held to 60, or at least gotten back in at 60 for the move higher to 66. False halt 66. Pulls back to 50, flushes through 50, halting down 43. Rejecting the pre-market highs. This is not great. It could bounce, but it's not great to see this type of rejection at that level, where we've had candlesticks with upper wicks earlier in the day. So, might I dare say, backside. Perhaps. Hopefully not, but I'm just gonna, it's not guaranteed, so you still have to be reactive. But 5-minute volume is a little on the lower side, but could be backside. Okay, is there anything else? This could be a good place for me to shut it down, take the gains, take the small gains today. Because as we know, giving back profits is so easy. If nothing is moving, we can leave out with our 945 right now. And it'll be our 6th green day in a row as we're exiting trader rehab. I've sized down throughout the rough patch to protect myself from being too red. And now we're still working on sizing back up. I don't know if you guys could recall, but before I was in this slump, I was like 10K shares big size on like $6, $7, $8 stocks. Now I'm barely taking 10K shares on a 70-cent stock. It just goes to show you how your confidence could be affected in a rough patch, right? So you gotta will yourself back to where you need to be, and then even press forward again. Smallest things, I tell you. That's why there's such a fine line, the tightrope walk. Being green, being red. Sometimes it's just mental. Sometimes it's the market. Ay, ay, ay. Another beautiful day. I get another beautiful day. John B to live stream. I told John B to come check us out in the Discord months ago. He's nowhere to be seen. John B, check us out, man. Check us out in the Discord. If he wants to, if to be honest, if anybody really wants to, it's possible. But you have to, of course, build a relationship with us, right? It's not gonna happen right away. But if you prove yourself to be transparent, we can hang out in the voice channels for a couple of weeks. I'll live stream in there. I usually do, but if you break the rules, you'll be banned. That's for sure. 15 and 49 seconds, so we got a minute to resumption. You can use OBS Studio for screen recording. It's free, and there's a million different tutorials on YouTube. Peter Wagwan, man, what's up? What's up? Shout out to Peter, a longtime subscriber of the channel. The day that I was supposed to meet Peter, it's like 2 years ago. That day, I used to do events back then. It was a Friday, and I had an event, so I couldn't make the meetup. But here we go. Resumption is coming up. Small size for me. 43. There's 32. What's up with this lag? Can we hold 32? Can we see over 40? I'll cut the trade scratch. Scratch trades. I want it over 40. But it's struggling. That's ONMD resumption. I would have loved to see a bounce over 40. But the insta buy on the resumption wasn't bad because of how much we gapped. We gapped down an extra 10 cents. It's like from 66, we're going to need a bounce at some point. So okay, we're giving back. ASTI. Let me do a quick rotation. BCG. CCAR, no good. GWAV, no good. CYTO, no good. BNED, no good. I do want to trade till 12, but if there's nothing, then I don't want to sit here because, sometimes you can find yourself like just trying to trade anything. And that doesn't mean that you're not being disciplined, right? I guess I should say it a little bit better, more explanation. Sometimes there seems to be decent looking opportunities and then like they're failing miserably. Especially in this type of situation where now there's no super obvious strong stock like, hey, this is the one, this is the stock of the day. Right now it's hard to identify if that's that stock is even here today. BCG. How's this one doing? How's the volume? How's the spread? It's halted up. Volume going into the halt. Let's see, 200K, 130. Okay. BCG. I'll have to use small size here though. We don't want to risk our entire green day at this point. So we're going to just go in small size. The key will be to build a cushion and then risk from there. So it's like I'm going to try to start the day as a brand new day mentally. Can I lock in what I have? Can I look to build a cushion again and then increase risk? Yeah, I see ASTI. I see it loud and clear. I see it loud and clear. Right here, right hand side, ASTI. ONMD on the other hand, selling off to the depths. Resumption for BCG is going to be at 23 and 12 seconds. Is that right? Yeah. 23 and 12 seconds. What? It'll be interesting to see how this field evolves over the next 20 years. Will this be a normal thing for people? It would make sense if it happens that way. About 2 minutes. BCG. Is it going to be special? Is it going to be worth it here? BCG. BCG, small size to see what this does. $7.30. The only thing I want to like make sure is good is the spreads are tight. It's a resumption, so it'll be high risk, of course. They always are. So we got to be careful. We got to look to be accurate. One shot, one kill. Can we get in and out quick and clean? 23 and 12 seconds, about 30 seconds to go. Guys, don't forget that the YouTube stream is delayed. All right. YouTube stream is in the gallows. Davy Jones locker. 732. It's showing 670. 670. 10 seconds. BCG. Will we see a lower resumption here? Not a bad trade, but it's slow to break out. I'm out before it really goes. I don't understand why we're seeing so many stocks resume lower after being aggressive. It's happening way too often. Like maybe 50% of the times this last 3-4 days. I'm gonna try this one more time. If not, the depths. And I'm too soon right there. Okay, lovely. Oh, it's the low 87. I'm 0 for 4. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. It's not bad. It's holding up well. Can we continue? Small seller at 60, 15,000. That could be a bit of a problem. You trade if I trade this right, I'd be up 1K. Yep, okay, I'm done with this one. Mm-mm-mm. Losing trade after losing trade. That fill was so slow. I'm in on the ask. It doesn't even populate on the screen for some time, so it's hard to get out scratch. Try selling on the ask. The ask teleports down 20 cents. Lovely. It's a good stock though, good move. I botched it. Fill. Look at my fill. The ask is at 29 and I'm somehow in at 37. Can't make this stuff up. The dip is gonna work out. I'm not gonna get the trade. Oh for 10. Okay. Unbelievable. It's really not a bad stock either. The high of day level is at 75. I've lost 60 cents. breakdown and reclaim could be good. The alt down is kind of close. There's some sellers here. It might come down. It's fighting for its life. It's coming down. To botch this stock, I tell you. Unbelievable. I think there's one decisive area, which is where I bought back at 7 when I kind of knew we needed to retest the low. But even if I took that trade, I should have bought back the low again. Like even if it was because sometimes I take the loss up top and I'm not willing to buy back the low. It's one of these things that's just for me it's just a little difficult to do. But I needed to be in on that low to have more of a rhythm and just be a little bit more confident for the move up. Losing trade after losing trade, brother. Good opportunities overall. But coming down with higher volume could be trouble. Perhaps backside. Oh, NMD. Christmas tree. We're up. And then we're down. Well, at least the move up was decent, so. Whenever you continue to stick around, there's always risk to reward. You can make more, you can lose, or you can stay the same. It's rare that I find myself staying in the same area though. Usually you either make more or you can lose. What new trader is able to afford the warrior course? I mean, there's a lot of people who are trading are older. Like the average age here in this live stream is 35. A lot of people, or let's put it like this: typically, the older you are, the more money you have. So there's gonna be people with money, but it just comes down to what they deem as makes sense. I've spoke to people right here in this community that told me they paid like 10,000 for a course already, right? So it just kind of depends on the individual and the value that they see. Do I think that MMU could be priced at $15,000 or something like that? Of course, it is pretty valuable, but at the same time, it's like I don't know, man. That type of stuff, when it comes down to just helping people, we don't need to cost and charge a arm and a leg. But there are people out there who would pay that. I'm pretty sure. And when you start comparing it to like other forms of education that's out there, I mean that's pretty pricey. It is pretty pricey, but for what we can do if we make it to the other side, I mean, people have spent more money on worse things, right? Or on less, you can say, whether it's at a casino table or just on entertainment and other things, right? Some people might have 3 cars, 2 cars. They pay 20 grand for the other car. That could have went toward education. So when you start kind of bringing around the perspective of money and how much things cost, it could make sense. But for sure, we're priced extremely competitive, especially for people who are doing one-on-one mentorships and giving out the archives. Like I see people like with smaller communities charging like $100 a month for their Discord, $200, like these type of stuff is crazy. Can I do that? Yes, but I don't need to do that, right? That's the beautiful thing with when you can make money trading. Like you're not here to just try to rob people, you know? Like a Discord being $200 a month is just too crazy. Like I better be getting gold. I better be getting gold and diamonds when I go there every day. There's the resumption. BCG. Warren Buffett better be shaking my hands in there. Warren Buffett needs to be shaking my hands, and I need full access to the exchange. I need to be able to go on the exchange at any day, walk into any big building there in Manhattan, in all these big firms. You know, I'm paying all these hundreds of bucks a month. So in this community, we're pretty fair, right? No matter what people might want to say, we're pretty fair. And the thing that's the best thing above all else is that we're transparent and we're real. Nobody can, people can say whatever they want to say. They can talk any sort of craziness. But at the end of the day, they cannot take away the fact that myself, Marcelo, Triad, and Tim are great traders. That right there is what it is. Anybody can say anything, but we have our stats to back up, what we're doing here. Real people in real time, not just some bot standing here pretending to be doing some nonsense. This is the real deal. This is real life, which is why we have to be so disciplined, because there's a lot of risk, right? There's a lot of risk, so we got to do everything that's necessary to give ourselves a good shot. Following our rules, being patient, being disciplined. I mentioned, hey, I'm up $945. I can walk away here. Things seems to be slowing down. I trade this stock. I go over 10. I'm red 300. But even then, this is no excuse to get mad and start to overtrade and revenge trade, right? We still stay disciplined. Waiting for the next opportunity or tomorrow again. I don't trade the same way as warrior trading. Warrior trading holds like for like 5-10 minutes. I'm in and out within seconds. Are we watching similar stocks? I would say so. Stocks with high volume and stocks that can move up and down quickly. But I also don't trade pre-market. I don't trade pre-market, and I don't hold for super long. I have the 5 minute setup that I can hold a little longer. But the 1 minute pullbacks, maybe I could hold for, it depends. Like I could hold it if I really like the position, but and today we kind of held a few trades on ASTI a little longer, but typically I'm in and out within seconds, 90% of the times. And I like to trade stocks that are uptrending. Some of the other guys, they don't mind. Like Tim likes to trade some stocks that are sideways as well, doesn't mind. Marcelo doesn't mind a stock that's trending a little, on the downside. So there's still a little bit of preference, right? Triad, he just loves the charts. As long as the charts are looking good, he doesn't mind. There's some big time people here in this trading space though, right? There's of course you got Tim Sykes, you got Humble Trader. There's a lot of big heavyweight people. Some people seem to be more transparent than others, but I don't know none of these people personally. So, you know, all I can do is speak from a distance. And what I wouldn't do though is talk down on anybody, that's for sure. Um, you know, if anybody ever is to be proven guilty of lying, then I guess the community will take care of them. But I wouldn't just talk down on anybody. I think the number one thing is to at least respect the hustle, right? A lot of people are working hard. They're doing their content. Like Humble Trader has nice content. BCG curling up a little bit. There's some people who are in the Forex space too, but then, it kind of gets a little bit further out there. I don't really know who is who. But it makes sense, right? Why some people will come in here and question us, right? If they're watching at us from a distance, it could seem pretty crazy, right? Who are these young guys that's out there claiming that they're doing such and such? So whoever knows knows, and whoever doesn't, well, they'll stay in the depths. There are other ways though, right? Trading isn't the only way to become wealthy or financially liberated. There's many other businesses. Any other different businesses. Somebody who I do like though, for sure I can say John at Beginner Trading, man. I really like John. He's a good guy. I watch John almost every morning. He used to day trade more back in the days, but now he's more like economic data, CPI and earnings. John is a good guy. I used to watch him even back when Mitch used to be on there every day. I think Mitch is now with like Yahoo Finance or Benzinga or one of those like people, some one of those companies. Mitch was a good guy too. But the thing with John, you can see John is transparent, man. John is a transparent guy, good family. I started it. I even started a bidding war in his what's this thing called? The chat. ASTI is giving a good move. Maybe I'm talking too much here. ASTI. Okay, cutting the chatter. Back to business. If this gives a good dip, I might be interested. Yeah, a little too much talking there. Too much pastoring. Too much preaching. Ranting. 33. 30. This is a good breakout. Over 28 to 33. 5 cents at this price is pretty impressive. If we can see a quick pullback, I wouldn't mind. I'm going to start with small size though, just to kind of gain a good rhythm again. The pre-market high is at 41. So if it's pretty good, there's still a chance that it can, keep going. But we did give back some profit, so we got to be careful. We used our small size, we still lost, so we got to watch out here. It looks like I should have held that. It's coming up aggressively. I've been pretty inaccurate in terms of determining the distance to the upside, the range to the upside on these bounces. I still sell early, below expectations to lock in gains. But the stocks have been going up much more than I would expect. $32. 32. What's the highest last candle? 32.97. Still churning a little bit. I'm interested in it here. I'm going to come up just a little bit in size. $31, $30.80. Good fill despite that nonsense lag. Can we get back to 32 and break of 33? Not bad. Sometimes I need more screen real estate. Can we hold up our levels here? This might have been too aggressive. Yep, waiting. Just in case this 5-minute candle wants to come down. Cutting that tightly. 30.80, 31. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little too much. But I need more size. It's gotta be accurate. No pressure. Zero pressure. Can the 1-minute candle make the new high and sustain its level here? That's at 32 or 31.20. The time is 47. I mean, the 5-minute candle still looks good, even if it holds up here, we still look good. And what's coming down a bit? 30.30, 30.60, 30.80. I'm a little active here, but I'm gonna keep tight stops. Don't want this rodeo to go without me here, so Where's KB, man? Is KB around today? KB, if you're in the chat, say something. There's 32. I want the 1 minute candle to make the new high over 32. But it seems pretty range bound here. I was going to add aggressively there, but perhaps not. It's back down. Maybe just to shake me out. Perhaps just to shake me out. Sometimes these things come right back down to shake you out, and then they go. Famous. They're famous for doing that sometimes. What I could do is just set a wider stop here so I'm not in and out as much. Probably is the way to go. But 30-30. This is a better entry here. Can we hold up? Not really. Coming down a little more. 28.50. I want to see 30 out of this. This honestly is not bad. 5 minute setup. It's a cup and handle. Taking a couple cents there might not have been worth it. This looks pretty healthy. Yeah, and so here's 30, right? So I was just aiming for 2 cents there. It could slowly over time get right back up to highs. I mean, it looks pretty decent. So that entry could have been better to just hold longer and just give it a backstop. It's the difference between the, you know, panic flush and the 5 minute setup is really the hold time in this type of context. MGRX being mentioned there, SF, MGRX. MGRX from yesterday. Where are we compared to yesterday's highs? So I'll take a quick look. Still interested in this other one here. First daily candle to make a new high. I don't know if it's ready. ASTI, on the other hand, is looking decent. It better not come down hard here. It's showing some volume but not moving up. Okay, can the 1 minute candle make the new high? Over 30-20 area. Uh-oh, guess I can't do that. It's gonna skew the screen. That's the terrible trade. Only because I'm flamingling with the screen and not like watching level 2. So I'm stopping out for a small loss. Should have been a winning trade. What was the high? 30.80. Only half a penny, but still better than nothing. Could have been a $50 winner. Instead, it's a $25 loss. $75 turnaround. Not great. I think MGRX needs like another day and then breaking news again. Decent bounce still, but coming back down a bit. The new 5-minute candle is 40 seconds out. The high is at 30.84. So we're in a good position here. $30, 28, 30, 29. We want to see an immediate move through 30.80. Back down. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. Small bid. But not a ton of buying yet. I wonder if it wants to come down first. If it comes down first and it reclaims, I'm going to try to load up. But if not, I'll just look for the scalp trade. $30.40, $30.30. Can we push through? We need some more volume. Small bid at $30.20 is going to get sold through. So we didn't really see a test of 31 yet. It needs to fight. That's a good sign there. A lot of big bids coming in 30. KB, where are those bulls? Are the bulls still alive? Or are the bulls sleeping in the meadow, in the plains? Waiting patiently here. I'll check that stock there later. As soon as this trade is done. I'm willing to get back in. R, E, and B. This is a big level here. It needs to be aggressive. Come on. Perhaps the backside. R, E, and B. R, E, and B. This one coming down a bit. Volume a little. Well, volume was there. How's the 5 minute? It's looking a little weaker though on the one. Kind of hit the scans for a little bit, but then back down. 27, 60. I think this ASTI is having a hard time. It's over 28. Are we going to see something here? Yeah, this might be a good place to shut it down. Shut it down. We aren't really making a lot of progress. And this pullback did not hold up, unfortunately. You know, we were having lower highs, but with the bottoming wick, I thought we might have stood a chance to hold up these lows and then get that kind of bounce up right here. But bottom of the 7Cs. You know, the reason why I keep saying this stuff like to the depths and to the gallows is because I was a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. And for any of you guys who might have seen that movie, or not, you know, what do they call it? Like because there's more than one. I think it was like 3 or 4 of them. I mean, it was pretty good stuff. Especially Dead Man's Chest. If anybody needs a movie to watch over the weekend, it's not bad. If you like action adventure, a little goofy, right? But yeah, I think this might be it, man. I think this might be it. It's a slow day here. You know, we didn't see as much action as we saw yesterday. Because BNED yesterday was actually like pretty good. It's just a matter of being in it in the right areas, right? Um, Today though, not not great. But I really should have done better on this other stock, man. Losing out on BCG was not my best work. Just goes to show you how locked in you have to be. I knew we needed a bigger dip right here. I bought it high, and that's what really got me. Because if I was in on this dip, the move up would have been smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. I did get a high fill, but you know, that's part of the deal. But at least we use small size to help mitigate the risk. You know, it is so easy to be red, man. Like a lot of people a lot of people sometimes will watch us and just, you know, think these guys are invincible or whatever it might be, but you know, it's easy to be red, man. On a stock like this with like 3K share blocks, if you're only in on the wrong areas a few times, it's like And I lost 50 cents. It's like I've been down 1,500 right here alone. And that's just 3K blocks. There's people out there using 8K blocks, 10K, 15K. So the risk is real, but you have to be able to accept the risk, manage it. Going in on the stock, I knew that I wasn't willing to risk my entire day. So I'm thinking with 500 shares, even if I get caught in a catastrophic loss and I lose $1 a share instantly, I'd be down 500. Still green 400, can still walk away and know that we're walking away with a little bit of gains. Rather than, hey, I'm going to use 1,500 size at the extreme. If I lose, I'm red on the day. So that's kind of how I manage risk in that aspect, right? What am I willing to lose here? Is always the first question before I go into a trade. Every single trade. ASTI is cheap. The spread is tight. I can afford to go up to 20K shares. If I lose a penny, I'll lose 200 bucks, right? It's still not wiping me out in the day unless a catastrophic candle comes of 5-10 cent drop. Even then, if it does happen and I go red, you know it's still not anything that I can't handle. So BCG, the halt up is at 43, high of day. Halt now at 53, high of day is at 75. Not a bad setup here. Bit of an ABCD, but it did make a lower low before curling up. Break of 7 was choppy, but it did get going. If it halts up at 53, I could try it again, but there's a small bit, 12,000 at 24. Halt up is at 61. High of day is at 75. Can we see a halt up here at 61? I'm watching at it because it's still a decent stock. I watched those trades, small size, even smaller size than I did just now. If it continues to hold up and be strong, there might be more opportunities. There's a lot of selling there, but there's a hidden buyer. Mm, only to 22. Can we see something more out of this? It's kind of lingering here, so I'll cut the last position scratch. The moves are not instant. Just strange for this type of price. And I mean, the price action immediately after that breakdown, we should see more buying there. It's a tight breakdown. If this doesn't move higher here with some aggression, I'm gonna ease off. Because then it's just gonna turn into choppy scalps. Yeah. Yeah. The pullback is pretty tight versus the move up, but maybe it requires a little bit of a longer hold time here to really see some follow through. You're gonna have to hold. I would have had to hold for like a minute plus to really see that trade there. And there was downside risk, so I wouldn't have been super comfortable there. 10,000 shares sell around 30. Such a strange one. VWAP is around 75 area. Am I playing with fire here? I mentioned shutting it down multiple times. Perhaps I'm playing with fire. Time 11:10. How many days do we have left in this month? 1, 5, 6. Well, they said the 27th is off. Is it? Let me double check. What's so? Let's see. On May 24th, the bond market closes at 2 p.m. On Monday, May 27th, stock options and bond markets and customer service will be closed. So I think it's Memorial, right? Memorial weekend. And these days comes, time is flying, man. Monday is already the 27th, and then so that's 4 days, 5 days. 5 days to get myself on the board. What a month. Well, good thing that it's come and gone like yesterday's news. 5 days to lock in some green. If we can see like two like solid days, I mean we can do pretty well pretty quickly, and it'll be exactly what we need heading into the new month. Heading into the new month with some steam and some big green, can't go wrong. The stock that we had a few days ago was exactly the type of stock that I love to trade, but it had the offering. That stock was, let's see, I want to see more of those stocks. GTBP. GTBP is the type of stock that I would want to see. And it doesn't have to be that price of $9. It can be $2, $3, 4, 15, 16, 17, but it needs to be moving in a linear manner. Good upside, potential. The downside moves are limited. The bids are there. The liquidity is tight. The spreads are fair. Not what we saw some of earlier this month, like a stock like AWIN where the bids are just teleporting down every second. GameStop and those type of stocks are good for the overall market and just attention from the retail traders, the casual traders, but The GameStop and AMC, those stocks are tricky to trade. It's like a high float stock, and there's so many different algos and people buying in all sorts of random areas that the patterns sometimes are just not as clean. But the day one of GameStop was decent, though I will say. Day one I thought was pretty decent. Day two where we were selling off, not so much. That break of 26, brother. Whenever you see what you love, whenever you recognize, you know, whenever you recognize a pattern that you're used to, that you're familiar with, and that everything is checking out, right? The risk aspect is tight. The indicators are there. You got to go for it. That's what I needed to do differently on that day. It's just be more aggressive because being in the slump kind of shied away a little bit once I missed the first couple of entries, but there were still trades. GME. It's crazy because I'm a little bit like OCD, but when I'm in the market here, I know that I can't afford to be that way. So I suppress those feelings. I really despise losing on areas where I shouldn't, but it's one of those things where if I try to be perfect, it's not going to make any sense because trading isn't perfect, right? This canvas is pretty blank and wild and all over the place at times. It's irrational. So you gotta still react real time. But yeah, that's gonna do it. It's 11:15 a.m. It's been a good day. For those of you who are going the distance till 4 p.m., continue to trade to the best of your abilities. Remember not to give in to temptation. Do not revenge trade. Do not over trade. Do what you're supposed to do in terms of being disciplined towards your rules. We all make that choice every day. Even if you're frustrated right now, that doesn't mean that you have to fall victim to those negative emotions. You are in control. Even somebody who's listening right now who might be feeling FOMO, who might be feeling, rage, right here, right now, you can make a decision for yourself. So let's do what's right. Let's do what's necessary to ensure success. Relentless trader is out of here. BCG, one to keep an eye on. It's still curling up. The 5-minute candle can potentially make the new high, but our two biggest volume candles have been red candles. It's been tough for me to trade. I'm going to walk away whilst the going is good. We're up 650, and this is now our 6th green day in a row. We're on the road to righteousness. We're on the road to greatness. So for those of you in the Discord, for those of you on the stream, take it easy. Check out those links down below as well for Momo Pro, the chat room, and the course. All right. There are some coupons so you guys can look through. Momo Pro, code Relentless for 25% off. And for the course, code Miami for 40% off. All right. Stay safe, stay green. Relentless Trader is out of here. Catch you guys next time.